Yo, welcome back to Tactics Talk with Guido. Thanks for tuning in on this episode. We've got the first replay submission for 1.0, and it is Porani in his T28 prototype in a 3.57. Great setup for him. There are two artillery that he has to worry about. He's in his T28 prototype, which is classified a TD, but is essentially, for all intents and purposes, a heavy tank. And he's going to have probably a pretty good game here, I suspect, based on looking at the results. And here he goes, headed up to the northwest corner, and all of a sudden there's an M6 down and they're one up. A couple guys dove down into the bottom. You can see that the M4, A3, E2 is probably getting torn up. He's got the HC number 6 coming with him. The IS, the T28 for some bizarre reason, has decided to get on cap. Don't do that, by the way. Even with it being 1.0, that's still a bad idea. Cromwell dies. That's not very good. And he continues to push on in here. So this is El Haluf, and you can tell by the minimap that it looks basically the same, and I suspect it fights the same. I have fought this from the other side. I have not fought it from this side yet. So here he comes, trucking on up here. Some pretty good cover, actually, by the steepness and height of the rocks here from artillery. Artillery's going to have a hard time dropping stuff over on that. But of course, once you clear this area, you're going to be shootable by artillery. But we've got a kind of weird situation here. Nothing's going on, so he just sort of trundles in here. His team is camping hard. There's nothing over here. Now, this is quite a bit different right here. There's a big arch right there. This is not as big a pit as it was before. Maybe a little more graduated on the sloping there. But you can still have guys come up here, and they can still come up on this side. It actually looks pretty cool here with that kind of water down in the low ground there. Interesting. There's an artillery shell coming in. Thankfully misses him. And the enemy team has just really kind of made a mess of this thing position-wise. Looks like the 01 comes over and just absolutely hammers him for 476. Looks like he pinned him in the side right there, so that hurt. Cromwell's behind him, but he's got a couple friends here. Now he's going to push around this corner. This looks like it fights more or less the same. The micro position details are a little bit different. Looks like the 01 wants to come around and hammer him. Right into the turret. Little turret. That was a good idea right there. Otherwise, you probably would have bounced that front end. The Churchill's pushing the Cromwell away. Absolutely hammering the 01. And he should be able to get one more shot in here. This guy is tracked, trying to get away, but cannot, and down he goes. Cromwell is working over the Churchill, so he's got to turn around here. Plus, if he goes around that corner, then he's vulnerable to artillery. I think this is a pretty good idea. Just go get rid of this Crommy. Now he's got all kinds of help. 2 ISs, a Churchill. The Cromwell sees that, and he is out. See ya later. I'm out of here. The T28 has 9 hit points. Do you suppose he's going to learn anything about whether or not to get up there? I kind of doubt it. So this looks similar. Appears that the V right here, yep, there it is. There's a Tiger sitting in the sniper spot there. There's a miss. Got an AC-46 coming out. He realizes his mistake, but just a little too late. Gets hammered, and down he goes. And Porani's team is in good shape at this point. We got a T69 going through the middle. 34-3 died. For a moment, I thought he was going to go to cap. Thank goodness he did not go to cap. It's time to go gobble up some more hit points. Looks like the cap is very similar as far as the setup goes. I would say at first blush, based on seeing this and the game I played from the other side, it is more or less the same map. The Hummel destroys the IS. Why wouldn't it? We're up to 2,800 damage. Where's the VK? The VK is down in the pit down there. Interesting. Maybe he's trying to trundle up the road. I don't know how old that light is. Porani comes up and over. He knows he's got a tiger here. The VK's in the bottom. There's a sturve hanging out over here somewhere, over to his right. And then there's a couple of guys up on the spawn. Not necessarily the cap, because that's just where you spawn. The cap is over there in the middle. Down goes a couple more. One of the weaknesses of the T28 Proto is that it's just a great big old slow guy. He has a hard time getting around, so gobbling up those last hit points. Oh my goodness, he ricochets a Tiger one. That is painful. No idea where he might have hit him. Maybe he got into that turret, onto the side of the turret, because of the angle. The thing was able to shake it off. Give it a little wiggle there, Porani. Don't let him aim right at you. Little wiggle, little wiggle. There you go, you bounced him anyway. The 100.01 is asking to be farmed. The sturve just fired at him from across the way there. So he's sitting there. He's got all kinds of choices. Nice gun depression on this tank. He needs to come up a little more if he's going to get that shot down there, though. Probably going to get shot in the side by the sturve if he's still alive. Take a look at what that guy's doing. Yeah, he's kind of busy. So good to go. I would have checked that Porani. I would have zoomed out, looked over at the sturve, and see what he's doing. If he was pointing at me, I might have actually switched and taken him down. Looks like he's busy enough that you don't have to worry about it. Just putting shots into this 100.01. Farmed the living snot out of that guy. Oh, yep, there he is. 291, and your loader dead. Or your ammo rack. Sorry, not your loader, but your ammo rack. See if we can find the artillery. Are we going to get our revenge, or will the T-71 do it? Looks like maybe the T-71 will do it. That all looks pretty similar, I would say, as far as how it's set out. Looks like the artillery can set up in that corner like it could before. Surely he's up there. T-71 should see him fairly soon. There he is. So yes, the artillery can sit there. Is the T-71 going to get nuked? Nope. He ends up killing him off. And a nice little game for Porani with 4 kills, 4,495 damage. You can tell, you know, when you have a decent team and you push into the critical terrain, which happens to be the northwest, apparently still on this map, and the enemy doesn't send anything up there to stop you, it's pretty well a foregone conclusion, unless they do a really good job of sniping and defending, which is much harder to do, really, to be quite honest, in this game than a good push by decent players. They just got picked apart in detail and never really were able to form any kind of attack or defense. So that's what's going to happen on a game like that. Nice job, Porani. This is an ace mastery. I'll show you the details at the end. Hope you guys like what you saw. Hope you learned something along the way. This is a big journey of discovery while we learn these new maps. I would have to say at first blush this one looks like it really hasn't changed much as far as the way it plays, but if you look at just the scale of it and how far you can see, this is actually pretty cool. It does look at that, the size of that. Alright guys, we'll catch you later.